Well, Kansas City's own Quixotic is bringing its first mainstay residency to a theater near you, and you may not have even heard about this theater in Crown Center. Sensatia is a Cirque Cabaret that invites you to indulge your senses. Let's take a look. So we've been told that a show like this has never been in Kansas City before, that touched all of the senses, and certainly Kansas City audiences, they're going to be in a theater that feels really new here at Crown Center. So when people walk in, what are they going to expect?
Well, we've done a lot of renovations in this theater ourselves. Our company's come in and been here for a couple weeks redoing a lot of things in this theater, which is a beautiful theater and kind of a hidden gem in Kansas City. Walking in, my first impressions were, wow, what an amazingly huge, gorgeous theater we have found in the center of Kansas City at such an iconic place like Crown Center. There was a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things to clean up, and we repainted a lot of things. We put in this gorgeous red curtain that we have behind us. A lot of the lighting is new. That's one of our performers, Megan, back there working on the lyra. So we installed this beautiful aerial point so we can do some amazing aerial in this theater. We
got a lot of visuals going on behind us right now.
So that's one. We try to touch all 5 senses in this show, and we got sight, obviously. We have smell. We like to burn a copal incense to kind of like get you in the mood for some exciting movement and music. And then, of course, hearing the live musicians. We have an amazing singer. Her name is Envy. She came all the way from Miami Beach to be with us here, and an amazing cellist named Ben Munoz as well. And then we have some chocolate bites and some dessert bites for taste. And then lots of touching going on throughout the show as well. There's a dance moment, so the audience can get up and feel the vibes too.
Yeah, they can groove out. That sounds like a lot of fun. So why was it important for this show to be Quixotic's first residency in Kansas City, or first long stay residency?
We chose this show because of the massive success it had in Miami. And I think it's something very different from what the audiences in Kansas City have seen Quixotic do in the last 15 years that we've been a company in this city, and also different from a lot of the shows that I've seen in Kansas City.
Okay, Shane, and one last thing. You have to introduce me to Sebastian, right? What's your character?
Well, I play an uninspired kind of humdrum violinist who's wandering through the world, and along my way I find a ballerina in a similar position, and together we enter the world of Sensatia, which is just ridiculously full of all the senses.
Can we get a little preview?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, and let's hear it for Shane there. So for this show, the theater seats 350 people. Shane, the violinist, is actually from Olathe. So coming up, he walks us through the show and how it was created.
All right, welcome back. Quixotic is an innovative performance group that got its start right here in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's right, and that's why the cast is so excited to have a self-produced residency in the Metro. Let's take a look and see how collaboration was key when developing Sensatia's storyline. So what makes Sensatia so different than any other show Quixotic's put on in Kansas City?
Well, this is our first true cabaret style show. So we have a lot of interaction between the people in the show, our cast members, and the people in the audience. Like, people are constantly walking through the audience, touching the audience. Megan here right now, she's about to touch somebody in the audience, if you can get that. And so constantly throughout, we have performers walking around with fans, fanning people, touching people on the shoulders, inviting the audience to join the world of Sensatia as well.
Okay, and does that speak to like the true artist in you and probably everyone else who's performing here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just last night we were having a little cast meeting, and we're like, remember everyone, just have fun, have fun, have fun. Touch people, bring them in, make them feel good, and it makes us feel good, absolutely.
So you said this is the first true style cabaret show. If we don't know what a cabaret show, what is that?
We're really pushing the limits of what can be done in a theater, especially in Kansas City. So I don't want to reveal too much, but we have some amazing aerial artists, a lot of amazing visuals on this beautiful screen behind us that you'll see when you come to the show. Touching on all the 5 tastes, the taste, the sound, the smell, the touch, and the sight, and like all of those things all the time, constantly throughout the show, and doing a lot of cool variety and a lot of live music as well.
So how was this really created? Because the one thing that I've heard time and time again here is collaboration.
This show was created about 2.5 years ago, And we worked on it for probably 4 to 6 months, and we start with music and build that. So that takes collaboration between myself and Anthony, the director. And we build the base with the music, and then we start to develop the story. And then all of our performers, they're all very, very talented, and they all bring to the table what they think might work, you know? And so we start to like weave in their ideas with our ideas, and we're constantly using each other's, you know, inspiration and creativity for an impetus of like what can be done.
And when you talk about collaboration, you know, Quixotic actually became a full-time endeavor for the director and the key players 6 or 7 years ago. So they actually just started popping up and performing in like warehouses and spaces like that. And eventually they've gotten to this place where they can have a mainstay here in KC.
Well, Adam was just telling me right as he left here. I mean, that's all he sees on Instagram anymore is like their, you know, their shows and stuff. And it's very unique
beautiful.
and it's very cool. And to see her talent by swinging on the hoop back there, that's an incredible amount of arm strength and balance and core. It's very
Not a
cool.
lot of people can do that.
Yeah, that's right. It makes if you make it look easy, that means it's really hard.
Yeah, and in the next half an hour, we're going to introduce you to the singer and host. So you want to stick around for this.
All right, now.
Welcome back. So Quixotic's Sensatia invites you to indulge your 5 senses. The lead vocalist explains the different ways the Cirque Cabaret show makes that happen. And now it's time to introduce you to the show's MC. This is Envy.
Hi.
So please tell us a little bit about your character.
So I am the lead vocalist and the MC of the show, and I pretty much navigate everybody through the adventure that our violinist and ballerina go through. So I also am here for a little comic relief and yeah, just to spice it up a little bit.
Okay, so I've heard comedy is something that they really tapped into in the show that maybe they haven't in past shows. What does that bring to the show?
I think it helps break that 4th wall and 5th wall and 6th wall, and I think what makes us so different from other big production companies is that it's the interaction with the guests. I feel like everybody really does take a very personal experience with them, and we just make it really personal for everybody that comes. We really just want everybody to be as part of the show as we are.
Okay, and you're the only singer in this show.
Yes, we do have guest performers, but more jazz-oriented. We have Chalice O'Neill, we have Calvin Arsenio, which is 2 of Kansas City's favorites. So we have a lot of guest spots coming in, but I'm basically the only vocalist.
Okay, and you and Sebastian.
Sebastian!
Yes, you two work together a lot, so while
Yes.
he's playing the violin, you'll actually sing to that.
Yes, and we also have another musician, Ben Munoz. He's a cellist. So it's really nice. It's a really nice collective effort, and they're amazing. So I'm very honored to be working with them and working with Quixotic. We're going on 3 years now, so I'm just really grateful to be here.
Okay, and you were an original cast member to
Yes.
Sensatia.
Yes.
It's now moved to Kansas City. So
Yeah.
first up, is this your first time?
You know, it is my first time in Kansas City, and I had a really hard time figuring out if I was in Missouri or in Kansas, but I'm in Kansas, and I've been so welcomed here, and everybody's been so nice, and it's just been really, really pleasant since we've been here, so I'm just really grateful.
Okay, well, wonderful. You will definitely enjoy both sides of the state line here in Kansas City, and it can be a little confusing up at the top, but you know what? Good luck on all the shows to come.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and Envy there also has such a remarkable voice. I would definitely recommend seeing it. The schedule is actually going to be until the end of November, but when that show opened up in Miami, it was only supposed to run for 2 months and lasted a full year. Bill?